How to use ChatGPT 5 to create high-converting content that actually sounds like you without being an AI expert. Here's the problem. Most business owners I talk to think that you have to be some sort of secret AI expert to use ChatGPT effectively, or they use it completely wrong. They're going to get bland, generic content that doesn't sound like them at all. This leads to a ton of wasted time. You have inconsistent messaging. You have content that does not connect with anyone, and therefore it does not convert. It accomplishes absolutely nothing that you want it to do other than just adding to the sea of AI-generated noise and nonsense, which that's not really what you want it to do at all. But that is what happens all the time. By the end of this video, you're going to know how to use ChatGPT 5 to speed up your content creation process without losing your voice, how to get sales-focused content that's actually aligned with your brand, and then we're going to talk about how to use it as a creative partner that enhances and amplifies your voice to make you more efficient, make you more effective, not just some AI content generating machine that's putting out a bunch of nonsense that nobody cares about. Here's the thing. I know a ton about AI. I absolutely love it. And I built all of the tools inside Funnel Freedom, Freedom AI. I do this all the time. But most people are not an expert. They are not into it as I am. And so Becca, she uses it all the time as like a normal person who figures out how to do things, who is not super into all of the nerdy stuff like I am. So I thought for this one, it would be better for you to hear from her so you can see how you can go from somebody who doesn't know anything about AI to getting it to do amazing things in a really super short period of time.
Okay, so ChatGPT is not a search engine. And if you treat it like one, you're going to get generic surface level results, okay? I treat it like a creative partner. It's not here to think for me, but it's here to speed me up. So before I ask it to write anything, I load it with my brand DNA. I tell it my marketing frameworks. I go over desire-based marketing, loss aversion, identity shift, and how I structure posts, okay? So instead of pulling from random marketing stuff, it's pulling from my strategy. So an example I might say is, I help establish online business owners who are at the $1,000 to $5,000 a month level scale to 10 to 30K months without launches, cold DMs, or burnouts. One of my core marketing frameworks is identity shift. And then I'll explain what that means, okay? So what you want to do here is you want to plug in your frameworks before you have it write anything. Once you plug it in one time, it will remember it forever, okay? So you don't have to do this every single time you have it create a piece of content, but plug in your frameworks, okay? I never ask it to write a fully written post at first. What I do is I'll say, give me 5 bullet points in this order so I can see the bones before the words. It is way easier to fix a bad skeleton than rewrite a finished body full of text, okay? So that is how to speed things up. Once I get those bones together, then I can have it work from there. So another thing is I make sure it's in my voice. So an easy way to do that is copy and paste some captions. I'll literally paste like 3 captions that I love that I wrote, and I'll say, match this tone, sentence length, and style. Okay, so that's the same for captions. You can do the same for B-roll. You can do the same for talking script, okay? The magic isn't that ChatGPT replaces me. It's that it writes faster in my voice. So I can use it when I'm tired or when I'm busy, or just make things more efficient, okay? When I don't feel like creating content, ChatGPT does it for me. I'm still the one deciding the hook. I'm still the one deciding the positioning. I'm still the one deciding the offer that it's talking about. ChatGPT is here to get the execution done fast, so my energy stays on the creative, high ROI parts of my business, okay? Not rewriting captions for an hour. If you've tried ChatGPT and felt like it was just spitting out generic junk, it's because you're giving it generic inputs, okay? Treat it like a junior copywriter you've trained in your voice, and it will save you hours without losing you in the process, okay? So, how to get ChatGPT to sound like you. This is what I do. I'll start with my brand DNA, okay? Not prompts. Before I ever ask it for content or to create things for me, I feed it my brand voice guide, okay? If you don't have that, basically it just means your tone, your pacing, words you avoid, your marketing frameworks, right? We just talked about how to input your marketing frameworks and examples of past posts. Okay. I like to talk fast. Okay. So I'll sometimes tell ChatGPT to write me like a 60-second reel, and it writes me a reel and it's 20 seconds. Okay. So it knows now that I talk fast. And so my talking reel script needs to be a little bit longer than the average person's talking reel script. Okay. So just make sure that you are telling it these things along the way. This ensures that everything it creates is anchored to your strategy, who you are, okay? Not just some random AI filler. You can also paste in 3 to 5 of your best performing scripts and captions, okay? Not just the ones that you resonated with the most, that sound the most like you, that you're the most proud of, but even the best performing ones, okay? So what I'll do is I'll take a screenshot of some B-roll or copy and paste a script and put it into ChatGPT, and I'll say, this one performed really, really well. And then I might take some screenshots of other ones and then say, these did not perform as well. Okay, so it can help me analyze and pick which one, what structure, what content to start honing in on more. Okay, so it knows, oh, these didn't perform as well. Don't keep spitting out versions that are just like these. Okay, and then tell ChatGPT, like, this is my writing style. The more examples you give, the more consistent it will be. So like I said, always request an outline or bullet points before it gives you its full copy. Okay, like I said, when you plug in your frameworks, it will remember it forever, right? Every once in a while, ChatGPT will spit out something stupid. And you're like, Chad, we call him Chad. I'm like, remember, I'm speaking to online business owners already making 1 to 5K a month, looking to scale with content that converts. And he'll be like, oh yeah, I forgot. Okay, cool. Here you go. So just know every once in a while that you'll have to do that because AI is not foolproof. Okay. But context just prevents it giving generic advice that sounds like it's for somebody who's not your target audience. Okay. If it misses the mark, don't restart. Just give it some tips. You can say, make it bolder, use more loss aversion, or cut the fluff, right? Every sentence should earn its spot. Okay, so don't start over. Just keep tweaking, okay? You want to treat it like a partner and not your replacement, okay? ChatGPT accelerates your process, but like I said before, you're still the one setting the hook. The magic happens when you combine AI speed with your own positioning and insight, okay? That's when it becomes the unfair advantage in your business. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm not an AI expert. I'm not sitting around reading every new tool that is released, but I am an expert on creating content that converts. And that means I need systems that save me time without sacrificing quality or personality that actually makes my content sell. Okay, that is how I use ChatGPT. If you've ever sat down to post and thought, I have no idea what to say today, this fixes that. I can ask ChatGPT for 30 reel ideas using desire-based marketing or loss aversion-based marketing in under 10 minutes, and I've got a full month's worth of starting points. No staring at a blank screen, no scrambling. I am so prone to do that, and I don't have to do that anymore. Another way to get more ideas for content and to have ChatGPT help you is you can repurpose one idea in multiple ways. So if I have a carousel that like kills it on Instagram, I can paste it in and say, turn this into a 45-second talking reel script, or vice versa, right? If I have a reel that does really well, I can say, turn this into a carousel, or simplify this into a 3-sentence text on the screen to go over some B-roll, right? Take those good performing posts, plug them into ChatGPT, and have it rewrite it to you in another format. So this is how it's really going to save you time, is by time blocking your AI sessions. This is huge, okay? So I give myself 60 to 90 minutes once a week to batch all my AI assisted content work. This isn't just content on social media, but emails, Facebook posts, things like that. And then the rest of the week, I'm filming, I'm posting, I'm engaging, and I'm not sitting in content scramble mode like, oh my God, it's posting time in 10 minutes. What do I post? ChatGPT, help me come up with something really quick, right? No, it already did all of that. I spent 1 hour earlier on in the week, and I'm set for the rest of the week. And I've said this multiple times already. ChatGPT can save you hours, but you are still the filter. You bring the emotional intelligence, the lived experience, the connection your audience is buying from. And if you skip that step, all you're doing is adding more noise to the internet, okay? And we have enough noise. We don't need more noise. Everyone can find out everything for free on YouTube, so why would they buy from you? Well, they're buying from you because you are the authority. You provide the insight, okay? So don't let ChatGPT create you some basic fluff, okay? I'm not an AI expert, right? But I'm really good at using tools like this to work smarter and keep my strategy profitable without burning myself out. Because at the end of the day, the faster you can create quality content, the faster you can grow your revenue.
The truth is, this or any other tool is only as good as the strategy behind it. And like I said earlier, AI amplifies you. So if there isn't a solid strategy there to begin with, it's going to amplify that, and it becomes very obvious to people. So we can give ChatGPT the right instructions and get the right kinds of output because we know exactly what kind of content will convert for our audience. This is not something that AI can just figure out for you. That type of thing comes from knowing your audience, knowing your frameworks, knowing your positioning, and how you're going to lead somebody from, I'm just watching this, to, I'm ready to buy from you. So think of ChatGPT like a power drill. If you don't know how to build a table and just start using the drill, you're just going to make a bunch of holes in the wrong places. If you got a blueprint, it saves you time, it's consistent, and the finished product is solid. So if you want to stop guessing and finally know how to create content that reliably turns into clients, that is exactly what we teach in Consistent Cash Insiders. Because the same process that we've used to generate millions of dollars in sales without relying on trends, not having huge launches, and definitely not just getting lucky because we've repeated it over and over again with ourselves and for our clients and their businesses. So click on the link below and watch a free training that we just put together on how to scale your business and see exactly what it looks like to work with us and have our eyes and ears on your business, giving you personalized guidance and step-by-step of exactly what to do to get you to that next level.